Let's talk about cannabis and psilocybin, which of course is marijuana and magic mushrooms. These plants are medicines because they are extremely high frequency gifts from God, from our Mother Earth. And these medicines, when used intentionally, can help you explore other dimensions, can help you raise and really harmonize into more expansive frequencies. And help you heal your relationship to yourself, to all of yourself. Because you are one with the Creator. There are many parts of yourself that you are connected to. And throughout our life, we have developed very positively charged relationships to certain parts of ourself. What we would call our strengths, what feel good. And then there are certain aspects of ourselves that we have become very negatively charged with out of ignorance, out of misperception, misunderstanding, out of fear. These are the things that we don't like to look at and deal with within ourselves. But they are there nonetheless. They are there, and they are what cause your triggers, we'll say. What you remain unconscious to you are rejecting, and that is a part of you that you are rejecting, and that's why it hurts. That's why rejection hurts, because as long as you are rejecting yourself, when you get rejected, it's because that's how you identify, and the bad feeling of being rejected is telling you how you are rejecting yourself. You perceive yourself as someone who is rejected because you reject so much of yourself. If you want to no longer be afraid of rejection, you have to stop rejecting yourself, and you have to be willing to make peace with every part of you, to believe in yourself, to have such strong faith and discernment that you know you are capable of feeling anything. And anything that feels really horrible to you when you put your attention on it. The horrible feeling is telling you not that it is true. It is telling you how not true it is. The way you are perceiving yourself in this situation could not be more wrong. Could not be more detrimental. You are feeling horrible when you think about this. That means you're not seeing the situation clearly. You're not seeing it through love. You're seeing it through fear and distortion. And that is why you don't feel good when you think about things that have happened in your life or your current state of things in your life. If you are not willing to look at the things that cause you to suffer, then they stay inside of you, unseen, unloved, rejected. And so these plant medicines help us to take down the walls of the conscious mind, layer by layer by layer by layer, until you get to the heart, to open your heart. These high frequency, beautiful plant medicines are sacred assistants in helping us remember our hearts, the true nature of reality, of our oneness, of unconditional divine love, where yes, you can tremendously reduce your suffering. You can expand in your life and go far outside your comfort zone, little by little. Little by little, you expand, little by little, because you're no longer afraid to feel all of yourself. Because all you are is love. Anything that doesn't feel like love inside of you, anything that feels really bad inside of you, has to be looked at and felt. When you commit to feeling those things, they're not as bad as you think they are. And you already know going into it that anything that comes up that feels that bad, that is not the truth. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You are not seeing this through the eyes of love. You are seeing it through wounded eyes. If you are to have eyes to see and ears to hear, you have to be willing to feel everything. Because everything is God. Every energy is divine source energy. And you have the free will to not have a good relationship with that. But you also have the free will to heal your relationship to that, to source, to God, to heal your wound with God. The idea that you were ever separate from your God. The idea that divine perfect love was ever not guiding you and with you. Just because you didn't know how to put your attention on it or return to it does not make it God's fault. But God is also so loving, more loving than you can imagine, that it is holding space for you to be as angry with God as you need to be, to realize that all of that anger is ultimately anger at yourself, and to heal that shit. This game is a game called Know Thyself. If you want to be empowered, if you want to feel whole and healed and satisfied in your life, know thyself. There is no other way. All the wishy-washy manifestation shit is shit. It's about embodiment, which means you have to embrace a transformational process called death and rebirth. Literal. You feel it in your body. You feel things burning away. You feel things transforming. You feel energy centers lighting up. You feel it is an alive universe inside you of energy where God is speaking to you always. But are you listening? Are you feeling? Are you willing to feel? And these plant medicines really do help you remember how to feel. They are not for checking out, they're for checking in when used intentionally. and consciously. It changes your entire awareness when you stop thinking that this is just an experience in the mind and realize that it is an experience of the consciousness that you are. Every experience you have while on these medicines is real. If you shamanic journey during an adventure as such, you are having that journey. That is becoming an embodied reality of what you are capable of, because you are limitless consciousness. But this is not a process to be afraid of, because it is gentle, it is loving, it is more loving than you can realize. But you have to start trying. You have to commit to learning how to see it. God, teach me how to see through your eyes. God, teach me how to hear through your ears. Teach me how to taste through your mouth, to speak through your heart. Teach me how to live in alignment, how to have real discernment, where I am never lost in fear again. I am not worried. I'm not anxious. I'm not afraid of what other people think. I'm not afraid of lacking something that I need. I am not afraid of getting lost, because when I am lost, I am with you. So what could be wrong? What could be bad? When I am confused, I am with you. What could be wrong? I am always with my source. What have I to fear? To be limitless consciousness, to explore everything that I desire to experience. And how can I make that a lived reality in my physical experience? It all flows together. The astral, the physical, it's all one. It's all one. And there are times to be in the physical, and there are times to explore. And opening up to that means you're opening up to God, into the oneness, into the blissful experience that you are meant to be having at some point on this journey. It's okay if you're not there. It's okay if you're brand new to this idea. It's okay to be a beginner. We are all beginners in the beginning, because we created another beginning. We created another beginning for ourselves when we started this incarnation, this life. It was a new experience for us. We came in blind and we trusted. And that is what we are being called to do now. To come in blind, as if like a baby. But realize you have a wealth of experience now. You have a much greater understanding. This rebirth that you go through is about trusting. I know now that life is safe. I no longer have to live in survival. Survival doesn't have to be a coping mechanism inside me anymore. Survival doesn't have to be pain and old traumas and suffering. That doesn't have to be there anymore, Because now I know that there's nothing to be afraid of. Now I know that. And because I know that, fear does not have to live in me anymore. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to see anything from a distorted perspective anymore. Now I can just see the truth. The truth that I am one with divine love. It is safe for me to feel everything. It is safe for me to trust my heart. It is safe for me to trust my body. It is safe for me to trust life. It is safe for me to trust death. To trust the entire process, because it is safe to exist right here, right now, wherever you are, in any form that you are. You are safe, and your nervous system needs to make this a knowing. This has to become an embodied knowing within you, that you can go into any state of being. You can feel anything. You can feel weird sensations in the body, and you know that it is safe because it is divine intelligence acting within you. And if you want real healing, you have to be willing to feel the sensations, because they're not bad. And in fact, when you stop resisting them, they often tend to, after a period of being uncomfortable, start to feel good. Start to feel really good. And that is how you transition from fucking hell to heaven on earth. It is an embodied, energetic upgrade to your entire energy system and your entire physical body. And it comes through discernment. Fear is not true. It is misperception. Reality is more loving than you can possibly imagine. And that is how you create a loving relationship. To yourself, to God. And it is the only way to have a truly loving relationship with another. When that level of vulnerability and honesty is met and honored within yourself, you can come into union where your feminine and masculine energies become one. They become harmonious. They become synchronized, so that you can be your highest embodiment, the exact embodiment that you were always meant to become in this life. To remember who you are. You are a divine child of God, an eternal divine child of God. Your experience will always be a reflection of how much love you are aware of. And so it is your duty to yourself to seek more love in every perspective, in every belief, in every idea that you hold within you. Find the most loving perspective. It's always your choice how you perceive everything. And you are connected to everything that is living inside of you. So if you want to feel alive, you have to learn how to connect again. But do it with discernment. Does it feel good to connect to this idea? Yes, then it is my truth. Does it not feel good to connect to this idea? no, then it is not my truth. I am not perceiving things in a loving way. That is discernment. You are co-creating your reality. Your perception is your power, because it is always your free will how you choose to align within yourself.